Today we have a very special guest. She's a very popular bodybuilder out of Vancouver, and she is also a personal trainer. Welcome, Sandy Dosanjh, to the Coach Harp Show.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sandy. Um, how about a little bit what you do with personal training a little bit so the audience gets to know who you are a little bit?
Of course, I've been a personal trainer from last 10 years, but from last few years, I have started as a career. My focus is lifestyle. So I have lots of mom who trains with me. So our focus is to just keep them healthy. So I teach them nutrition, workout, then strength training, as well as there are lots of emotional support as well, because lots of women, when they gain weight, there is not only one fact they are facing. There can be a multiple issues behind it. So lots of time I have noticed there's a stress, there's could be a depression. So we deal with all of that.
Thank you for sharing that. I want to go a little bit further back with you, Sandy. I want to know some of the struggles that you faced in India, especially being a woman. Can you give a little bit background on that?
In India, there's actually fitness was always a taboo area. Especially, I was born and raised in a small village, so I was never encouraged to play any sports. I was never encouraged to participate in actually sports. So the main focus was just to learn house chores, study, take care of family, take care of my younger brothers. So I never get this opportunity, and I was not actually allowed to go outside of my village. For example, I see girls here, they can travel, they're very independent. But in India, I'm talking about 2 decades ago, almost 20 years of back. So um, coming from a small village, so these things were not allowed. So their focus was more to raise me as a woman. So I'm going to raise kids, going to take care of a family. They never thought I'm going to go and become a bodybuilder. So it was always about house chore or study. That's about it. So if you're asking me what kind of challenges I faced, it was lot more discipline. I did not have much freedom to choose what I want to do. So I did what my parents told me to do. That's about it.
That's an amazing story, especially coming from India and how you grew up and what you're doing now. That's very inspiring. A lot of women, not just in Canada, but all over, how you overcame your confidence. So good on you. Thank you for doing that because we need more women to step up. Thank you. Why does family why does family mean so important to you?
Family is so important. I can talk about my childhood again. When my father passed away, I was just 9 years old. I remember all my aunts and uncle, they actually took really good care of us. They took really good care of me, my brothers. So family is everything. If they weren't there, I might not be here. I might not get a good education. I think we family is very important to support each other, to help out in hard times, and to celebrate in good times.
Yes, family support is very important. As you're in India, you dealt with these struggles. When did you come to Canada?
Uh, I and Carl, we had an arranged marriage in February 2004. So I moved to Canada in September 2004. So it's been almost 17, 18 years now. Yes.
How did you adjust coming from India and living in Canada?
That's another story, Harp. I know it took me a long time to adjust in Canadian culture. Cal was born and raised in Canada. So I came from a small village. Even I had a master's in economics back from home, but it was in Punjabi. So I was always scared. I felt like my English is so weak. I always tried to find um, try to hide myself when I'm in public. I feel like I cannot speak properly. So I started taking ESL classes. The food was different as well when I moved here. Cal was more into a westernized food. And then the weather wise, Punjab weather, it's very different. It's very hot, but here it was mostly rainy. So there were few hiccups when I moved to Canada, but Cal supported me a lot throughout my uh, those years when I moved to Canada. So there you go. Now I'm here
You said something, Vancouver. Well, it's raining all the time. It doesn't change.
all the time. All the time. I know.
When did you create your passion in the fitness industry?
I've Again, I remember Cal taking me to the gym first time. It was my very, very first time going to the gym after moving to Canada. I did not like her. Seriously, when I went to the gym, I did not like. I felt like this is not me. I still remember I went for a few days. Then I'm like, no, I don't want to come. After that, I started focusing on ESL classes. I started working at Subway. I was a sandwich specialist. So that was my first job. But after a few years, I got pregnant with my daughter. I gained 60 pounds. And then I got pregnant again with my son. I gained another 20 pounds. And that was the point when I felt like I needed to lose my weight. And I started going to gym. And I never looked back. It's been a 10 years. I've been working out consistently. I started learning about exercises. I actually took my course. I did nutritionist. I just took it to the next level. I not only lost my 60 pounds, but also I competed very first time after having my second child. I competed in 2013 in our local show. So I never looked back after that, Herb.
I want to say congratulations, especially when you have children. A lot of women stop living their life. You know that you're a very strong woman by doing that. You know, more people need to understand. Just because you have children, you still need to take care of yourself. So I want to say thank you for doing that, especially being a role model in the woman stuff like that. That's great. You know, we're talking about fitness, stuff like that. With me, like I've been lifting weights because I played American football for so long. I started lifting weights when I was 15 years old. So for me, it got to the point of being part of a lifestyle. You know, lifting weights is to balance me, to make sure I'm spiritually connected. I have to go to the gym because it's not just lifting weights. Many people don't understand that. It's not about lifting weights. It's about what happens in the mind and how it drives you to become successful. So I want to say thank you for sharing your story.
Wow, you said it so nicely. You said it so nicely. I tell everyone it's not about only physical, it's mentally. Lifting weight consistently and that discipline, it makes us mentally so strong that we can go through so many fights in our life. You're absolutely on point, Herb. Thank you.
You inspire me. I'm turning 50 soon, and what my goal down the road is to do my show because I've hit goals.
Let's do it. Let's actually step on the stage together. Come on, Harp, you can do it.
See, the thing with me is I've tried to hit the goal many times, but when you get to a certain like percentage, it really sort of messes up the brain. It's a third or fourth time trying to do this, but I feel with the proper sport, with the proper team, I want to eight. When I enter 50, I want to be able to show, hey, it can be done, you know. And I meeting more people every day.
Okay, I will be cheering up for Team Harp 100%. Yes, let's do that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. As we're speaking here, especially you being a woman, why do women need a strong voice in the world?
I feel like, especially in our community, we give up so fast. When we give up so fast, we try to raise our kids, we tell them not to give up, but we do not actually create that base for them. For example, I see lots of time, most of the moms, they're always telling their kids not to give up, not to give up. But when it comes to them, they give up almost every single day. They feel like, oh, we cannot lose weight, that's okay, we're gonna give up. If we are mentally stressed out, that's okay, we're gonna live like this. Then how we want our child to be different? Of course they're gonna follow us. They're looking at us in their subconscious mind. And that's why I feel like young generation, they give up so fast. They're looking for small term goals. Even if I take a fitness, describing as a small term goals, it's not 2 3 month, it's forever. We have to work out always, we have to stay disciplined always. It's a consistency and discipline. So I think we fail because we are not consistent, and we are not very disciplined. We give up so fast, and this is a message we are sending to our kids as well.
Thank you for sharing that because I think that's going to hit home with a lot of the women these days. They need to hear that. So thank you for bringing that out. I know you hit this already. I really like to know who were your mentors in your life.
My mentors, my Tayaji in India, my uncle. After my dad passed away, he took really good care of us. He actually sent us college, university as well. And after I got married, definitely my husband Cal. He supported me a lot. He actually he because of his sport, I'm competing. Otherwise, there's lots of women who, their husbands never supported them, and they never actually tap into their potential. I see lots of women who have really, really good potential, but because not having a proper sport, they just let it go.
That's good to hear because I know you said Cal is your mentor. Cal's also my mentor too because some of the stuff I do with them because at this time is everybody needs a mentor because people what's happening is sometimes you coach, but at the end of the day is you need someone to help you to get to certain things in life. Because I always like to live life outside the box, always to do something uncomfortable, right? And honestly, Cal has put me in projects that I've never done before, and he says to me, "You got this." So it's nice to hear from someone else, when you're helping with people. So I want to say yes, Cal does play a pretty big role in a lot of people, not just in your life, in a lot of people's life. This one I always want to ask, especially from a woman, how do you balance your time between your passion and your family life?
Wow, that's actually a really tough question as well. But I spend lots of my time with my kids. I live in an extended family. That's also a huge help for me. We all live together. So I work mostly 6 to 2. My mother-in-law, she drops off my kids. So at evening time, all my evenings are free. I spend with my kids. So I take them to their sports, tutoring. We sit down, we prepare dinner together, we do homework together. So my focus is always more around family. Some days it's hard, but I think if you're asking me how to do this, my advice to all my sisters is use your parents' help, use your mother-in-law, father-in-law's help if they're healthy and they can help you out. And kids can spend more time with their grandparents, and that way you can take out little bit time for yourself, even in an hour. Go to the gym, work out, you will feel better, you will look good, and you will have a more quality time with your kids when you're happy and healthy.
I really like what you said about from 2 to 6. When you're spending time after that with your kids, you're being an active parent, and you're noticing this too. Even myself, when you're raising your children, you're not just a parent; you're also a friend. And sometimes people forget that connection is that just because we're parents, we got to learn how to become friends with our children because down the road, We're teaching them how to have relationships. You're teaching your son to have a relationship with the woman, and Kel's teaching your daughter to have a relationship with the man. It's really important for us to teach that to our children. So thank you for sharing that. That means a lot. Thank you. I know you said this already. Do you have any advice for women to overcome their personal struggles in life?
100%. I will say them not to give up, stay consistent. Sometimes it feels like, oh, I have done this much, but uh, I have not seen the result, or I have not accomplished my goal. It can take longer if you stay consistent, if you keep doing the work every single day, the results will come. I tell this all the time to my daughter. I'm like, if you have a bucket in your room, if you keep putting one drop a day, eventually that bucket is gonna fill. So same thing, this is to my ladies. Please do not give up on your goals. Keep going. Doesn't matter if it's exercise, doesn't matter if it's in your career. Sometimes good things, they take time.
Thank you for sharing that. Sandy, if someone wants to get hold of you, what are some of the ways for them?
I'm active on Facebook under Sandy Dosanjh, and I'm also active on Instagram, SANDYY_Dosanjh, Sandy Dosanjh, and I'm also on TikTok. So same thing, Sandy Dosanjh together.
Thank you. I want to say, Sandy, thank you for taking your time to be on the Coach Harp Show today.
I really appreciate. Thank you, Herb, having me. It's my honor. Thank you.
Everyone watching the Coach Harp Show, stay tuned for more Coach Harp shows. We're going to have more special guests at www.coachharp.ca. Thank you.